folks, John Hector here again. Today we're going to talk about manners on the golf course. This is just basically how you treat the other people that you're playing with. I'm going to try to cover a series of topics that come up on a regular basis, so maybe they'll help you even in your next round of golf. Okay, when you tell your group you're going to meet at 8:30 or you're going to tee off at 8:30, make sure you clarify that. That's where it seems to be some misunderstandings. If you say you're going to tee off at 8:30, you owe your group to be at least 10 minutes before your tee time. That way they know that you're coming, and they can get on the starters list if you're there. At Brooklyn here, if you're not on time, if your whole group isn't here, you can't get on the starters list. Potentially, you can hold back your group quite a bit if it's a busy day. So be here at least 10 minutes early. A lot of people get here an hour early to practice. I know we're all different that way. But understand your group's counting on you to be on time so that they can tee off when they anticipated teeing off. Okay. Getting into other groups. Hey, this is going to happen from time to time. The key is that it happens as a very fluky type thing where the ball rolls 30 yards further than you planned so that there's no chance of anybody getting hurt. If you think you can fly a ball anywhere near the group in front of you, do not hit. There's nothing worse than being hit by a golf ball in mid-flight. And if you're the guy getting hit, it's the second worst thing is the person who did the hitting. It makes you feel terrible. So I would suggest a couple things there, making sure they're out of the way. But if you do feel like you've hit a shot that has a chance of hitting somebody, yell four. Four gives them a chance to cover up, to protect themselves. You owe that to each player out here playing, that they have a chance to protect themselves. Sure, we're going to hit shots that go offline, but they need a chance, like I say, to be in a position where they're not going to get hurt. If you do hit a shot offline, it is your obligation to the players in your group for you to watch that shot and line it up with something. Oftentimes it's frustrating hitting a bad shot. Pretty much every time it's frustrating. But if you're not watching where they go and they're clanging around in the trees, that creates a double situation where the ball could have bounced way offline, and if you weren't watching, now you've hit a bad shot, and now that you and your playing partner's got to spend 4 or 5 minutes trying to find your ball. Other things to consider when you're out there. Understand the people you're playing with and their ability levels. For some people, hitting the ball on the green from 100 yards is a great accomplishment. For other players, hitting it 40 feet from the pin from 100 yards is a great frustration. Understand those people's playing abilities and complement shots accordingly. So sometimes you might not know that people might take you a few holes to figure out what a good shot is for them. But I would hold back. The one thing I would tell you not to do is comment on bad shots. Everyone hates bad shots, no matter what level you're at. And they don't need other people telling them that they hit a bad shot also. So I kind of bite my lip or ignore the bad shots and let them play on. But you owe it to those people to do that. The last thing I'd like to talk about today is when to stand still. You should stand still and be quiet once a person has started their pre-shot routine. You should be still until they hit the ball and that ball's well underway. So I would say this, you probably owe them 15 to 20 seconds for each shot to stand still, let the shot be struck, and then move. And if you can do that, you're going to be a good playing partner. People are going to enjoy playing with you. Certainly there's people who like to have conversation more than others. I think you have to expect to have some friendly banter back and forth when you're playing, but I think we also all understand that some people like to chat a lot and some don't. So I think you have to be aware that that's part of the game, but also be aware that we all have different personalities and